Hi, my name is Larissa. In this video, we'll take a look at how to create a grade record in Spark using mastery grading, which is sometimes called standards-based grading. Instead of giving students one overall percentage or letter grade, mastery grading focuses on tracking specific skills or learning objectives. This means you can see exactly what a student has mastered and where they still need to work. It's perfect for skill-based subjects like reading, math, or science, and it aligns well with personalized learning. To start, we'll create a new mastery grade record. Start by going to Grades, found in both the homeschool and microschool versions. In the microschool version, it's found on the Teacher navigation or within a classroom in the Grades tab. Create or find the grade book you wish to store the record in. Once in the gradebook, click Add Grade Record at the top right. Give your grade record a name. Select the instructor and subject. Make sure you have the correct students included in the grade record, and then select Mastery in the Grading Strategy section. You can also determine whether or not you want to enable GPA. Since GPA is usually based on traditional grading, many schools leave this unchecked, but it's entirely up to your grading policy. Now, select the scale you wish to use. Spark comes with some default mastery scales, like 0 to 4 proficiency levels, but you can also create your own custom scale with custom labels. You can also then select your learning objectives for your record or create a new set. Learning objectives can be added, removed, or edited later within an existing record. I'll show you more about how to create custom scales and learning objective sets in a moment. Finally, when you're ready, click Create Mastery Record. Before we create it, let's take a closer look at how to select or customize a scale. To do this when first creating a grade record, go to the Mastery Scale Selections section, and here you can either select a built-in scale or a pre-saved scale, or create a new custom scale. I'm going to create a new custom scale here, giving it my own name and then my own set of scores and descriptions. You can also select what the passing score should be and how the overall scores should be calculated. I'll explain this more in a moment. Then hit Create. This new scale will be selected for this grade record and will also be saved on your Scales and Weights page. I'll go ahead and create my mastery record. Once a grade record is created, I can change or edit the scale used by clicking Grade Record Settings and going to the Mastery Grading tab. I can make changes to my mastery grade scale here or select a completely different scale if I wish. The scales that I create are saved on my Scales and Weights page. If I go here, I can see that my kindergarten math scale is saved and I can use it in future grade records as needed. I can also create new mastery scales directly on this page to store in my library for use on future records. When creating a mastery scale, you'll be asked to select calculation methods. You can select a method for both how the final score for an individual learning objective will be calculated and for how the total final score for all objectives in a mastery grade record will be calculated. Keep in mind that the final score can also be manually overridden within the grade record. Our calculation methods include highest score, most recent score, average score, and most frequent score. We'll be adding decaying average and power law in the future. The type of calculation method you select will depend upon your learning philosophy in using mastery grading and whether you want to focus on consistency, encouragement, or progress. Feel free to experiment and mix and match the different types of calculation methods. Every mastery grade record is built around learning objectives. These are the specific skills or standards you're tracking. You can create learning objective lists in each mastery grade record when you first create it or later on after it's been created. Or you can create master lists to reuse again and again in your mastery objectives page. To set up learning objectives in an existing grade record, go into the record and to the Learning Objectives tab. Click Add Learning Objectives. To add objectives manually, enter each objective's name and description, and click Save. Or you can download our CSV, copy objectives that you have in a spreadsheet, and then upload the CSV to Spark. When first creating a grade record with the Mastery strategy, you have the option of selecting a set you have already saved or creating a new objective set. A new set created here will be saved on your Mastery Objectives page. You can also go to this page to edit saved sets or create a new one. Click Add New Objective Set, give it a name and description, then either add each objective one at a time or upload from a CSV. Once objectives are added, they'll appear as columns in your table view. Each column will represent a different assessment opportunity for that objective. They'll also appear in the student view as a list, and you can add assessments here. Once your scales and objectives are set up for a grade record, you can start recording scores. You have two places to enter scores, on the table view and on the student view within the record. The table view is great for quickly entering scores across multiple students and objectives at once. Just click a cell, choose the proficiency level from the drop-down, and add notes if needed. Click the checkmark to save. You can add more entries to the same cell to track progress. The student view focuses on one student at a time, showing all their objectives in a single column. This is helpful during conferences or when reviewing an individual's progress. Click Add Result under any of the objectives, select the proficiency level, and add a note if needed. Again, you can add multiple results for the same objective. They will be stamped with the date to keep a record of progress. Each objective will show an overall score depending upon the calculation method you chose. For example, this student has 3 results for this objective, and the overall result shows the highest score for the objective. The final score for each student can be viewed on either the table view or student view. In the student view, the final score is found at the bottom of the page. Again, the final score for the entire grade record displayed here depends upon the calculation method you selected. In the table view, go to the Results column and click on the data there. To manually override the final score, either on the table view or the student view, find the final score, then turn off the Computed toggle and manually enter the final score. Manually recording the final score won't delete the results for each objective, it just changes the final reported result. That concludes our video on how to create and use Mastery grade records. As you use this feature in Spark, feel free to reach out to our team with any questions or feedback. And check out our other tutorial videos or help docs to learn about creating grade records with other grading strategies or how to create grade reports. Have a great day.